It's a nightmare for Ugandans. It's a nightmare for friends of Uganda. Amin is not a joke, and Uganda is not a joke. The situation is bad. It's bad for everybody who is interested in human rights.
Who is controlling the country? Who is the power? Because we hear about deaths and murders, but who is actually running the country?
The country is being run, the power base of the regime is the army. This is an entirely new army. It is not the army we had in 1971 before the coup. This present army is composed of foreigners, people who owe no allegiance to the people of Uganda, who have no relatives in Uganda.
Excuse me interrupting, when you say foreigners, do you mean they come from the Sudan, your neighbor, the southern?
Oh yes, they come from the Sudan, they come from Zaire, yes, and they come also from a community called in Uganda the Nubians.
How many people have been killed under this regime?
The number runs into thousands. Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Hundreds of thousands. Now, publicity really is about important people, persons who have been ministers, ambassadors, senior army officers, managers of parastatal organizations, university lecturers and professors and people like that. But there are hundreds and hundreds of peasants and workers who have also died.
What do you feel about the attitude that's been taken by the United Kingdom government? It could be said that we pussyfooted at various times because we always had what were called hostages there.
Well, I haven't spoken myself for 7 years. I'm also in the...
This is your first television interview?
Yes, that is true. I'm also affected in that way in the sense that my parents are in Uganda. The fact that I've spoken to you now, they will be in some danger. They are hostages. My wife and children were in Uganda for some time and until they managed to get out secretly.
Yes. But you had parents there still?
Yes, and they were hostages, and they're still hostages. Now, I don't know what made HMG to adopt one policy or the other. I don't know. I don't think...
You don't care to comment?
No, I don't think I can comment on that, no.
How do you feel when your country is treated as a joke?
I feel extremely distressed because what is happening in Uganda is a human tragedy of great magnitude. Amin is not a joke. Amin is a killer, is a murderer. He was not like that before the coup. But having obtained power, absolute power, he has become a great murderer, and I think the world should not treat him as a joke. He's a serious phenomenon.